Before maintenance, it should be noted that during the maintenance process, the most important thing is to protect the cable well. Don't pull or tear the cable. In addition, it is strongly recommended to watch the entire maintenance video before officially starting the repair. Doing well in these two aspects can ensure the success of the maintenance. Power down your iPad before beginning the repair. Before disassembling the outer screen, understand these areas inside the devices that are prone to damage from the blade. When inserting the blade, be sure to insert no more than 3 mm. Otherwise, it is easy to damage the LCD and components. Since there are fragile ribbon cables distributed on the right side of the screen, it is not a wise choice to open it from the right side. We use a blade to open 3 sides and finally lift the screen from left to right, just like opening a book. Use a hairdryer to heat the screen. Move the hairdryer along the surface of the device for about 2 minutes, or until the screen surface. It feels very hot. Never leave your hairdryer in one spot for an extended period of time. Use a suction cup to create a gap at the edge of the screen and insert the blade into the gap. Be sure to place the suction cup close to the edge of the screen. If the gap cannot be opened, use a hairdryer to heat the local area. Lift the screen with the suction handle to create a small gap between the digitizer and the frame. Insert the blade into the gap, but be careful not to insert it too deep. Note that the blade should be inserted no more than 3 mm. Otherwise, the internal LCD screen may be damaged. Insert an opening pick into the gap between the digitizer and the frame. Leave the pick evenly in the open screen area to prevent the adhesive from resealing. If there are areas that cannot be opened by the suction cup and the blade, you can heat them again with a hairdryer. If your iPad has not been disassembled, this outer screen will be rather difficult to remove and you need to be patient. Repeat the above operation. Just avoid inserting the blade too deep, and operate with caution in the dangerous areas mentioned earlier. At the same time, remember to open only 3 sides. The last side should be lifted from left to right like a book. Gently lift the screen from the left side as if opening a book, and lean the screen against a relatively tall object. Placing it directly flat on the desktop will damage the connector. Use the included screwdriver to remove the screws at the 4 corners of the LCD screen. The top screws are covered by isolator tape. Gently peel off. Do not tear it, you will need it until the screw is exposed. Try not to touch the LCD screen with your hands. Once it gets dirty, it is very difficult to clean. Slightly lift the LCD by the top edge. Pay attention to the signal tapes connected to the motherboard. The LCD cables are distributed at the bottom. When you lift the matrix, under you will see the motherboard and connected battery. Use a screwdriver to remove the screws on the battery. Use a screwdriver to remove the 3 screws on the shielding cover. Remove the shielding cover. Disconnecting the battery of the device can ensure safe operation. Use a triangular piece to insert and disconnect the power supply. Use the flat end of a spudger to pry up and disconnect 3 cable press connectors. Remove the LCD and place it in a soft and clean area. Use a pair of tweezers to peel off the tape covering the home button cable ZIF connector. Use a pair of tweezers to pull the home button ribbon cable straight out of the ZIF connector. Use tweezers to remove the black foam from the home button connector. The home button cable is secured with some light adhesive. Use a pair of tweezers to peel the home button cable away from the frame. Remove the front panel assembly. Clean the residual black adhesive around the equipment. Please note that do not use the blade to clean the black adhesive. Avoid accidentally poking the battery. All the old adhesives and glass fragments on the edges and inside of the device need to be cleaned up to leave a smooth surface where the new digitizer can be placed. Even a single piece of glass can exert pressure on the new panel and break it during installation. Heat the buttons and cables on the old screen to soften the glue on them, gently peeling off the cable with tweezers. Be sure to be careful. Only the original home button module has the fingerprint unlocking function. This means that if the cable of the home button is damaged, the fingerprint unlocking function will no longer be usable. Use tweezers to gently remove the fixed brackets on the home button. Push the home button out from the front with your fingers. The black soft gasket surrounds the button. Remove the old gasket from the home button. Tear off the remaining glue on the cable and stick new double-sided tape on it. From the front side of the home button, pass the home button under the new washer, making sure the side of the blue double-sided tape faces the screen. The gasket is elastic. Press the gasket flat to fix it on the home button. Tear off the blue tape of the gasket and stick the home button onto the new screen. Adjust the position of the home button so that the cable is placed parallel to the black dust cotton and does not cover the dust cotton at the same time. The cable of the home button is located beneath the black dust cotton and is parallel to it at the same time. Press the gasket to ensure that the glue on the gasket adheres fully. Tear off the double-sided tape on the new fixed bracket. There is a circular groove on the bracket. Align the circular groove with the golden button at the center of the home button, and stick the fixed bracket according to the white guide line on the screen at the same time. Use tweezers to carefully adjust the brackets to the correct position. Gently press both sides of the bracket to ensure the glue adheres fully. Peel off a small part of the protective film of the home button on the front of the screen and try to press the home button. If it can be pressed normally, it is installed correctly. Tear off the double-sided tape stuck behind the cable and stick the cable along the lower side of the parallel dual-proof cotton. Press the bracket and cable to ensure the glue adheres fully. Tear off the protective film of the new screen connector. Use tweezers to gently tear off the double-sided tape near the cable, only a little bit, not completely. Refer to tearing off this length. Lean the screen against a slightly higher box to prevent the connector from being stressed. Install the two connectors of the touchscreen. When pressing the connectors, make sure you hear a click sound, which indicates that the installation is correct. Then gently press along the periphery of the connectors to ensure they are firmly installed. Install the home button connection cable onto the device and close the interlock connector. Note that when the locking connector is in the closed state, the cable is fixed on the locking connector and cannot be pulled. It can be confirmed whether it is installed correctly by gently pulling the cable. Install the LCD screen. Make sure to hear the clicking sound during installation and then gently press along the connector. Pull out the triangular pieces to restore the power supply. Install the LCD screen and touch screen directly back into the device without the need for installation screws. This step is to test the screen. Turn on. Test whether the home button on the screen can be pressed normally. Remove the home button part of the protective film to test whether the home button can be pressed normally, and whether the fingerprint unlocking is normal. Just make sure to remove the protective film part that is large enough to touch the home button. Shut down. Note that the touch screen must be placed against a slightly higher object to avoid being pulled by the connector when placed flat on the table. The most important thing during the installation process is to protect the connector well. Install the shielding cover. Reinstall the 3 short screws onto the shielding cover. Screw the longer small screw into the battery screw position. Gently reinstall the LCD screen back to its original position. Be careful not to touch the LCD screen with your hands. Screw the 4 larger screws into the LCD screen. Gently wipe the dust off the LCD with a wiping paper towel. Do not wipe the LCD with any moist objects. Use tweezers to gently tear off the adhesive, protective strip near the connector. Use tweezers to lift the adhesive on the upper side, to the position of the connector. And then withdraw the protective strip from the front of the screen from bottom to top. Be careful not to pull the cable. Remove the remaining adhesive protective film on the inner side of the screen. Tear off the protective film on the inner side of the screen. Install the screen back into the device frame and make sure it is placed in the correct position. Adjust the screen position to ensure that the screen is pasted in the correct position. Gently press around the screen to make sure there is nothing holding it up under the screen. Remove the outer screen protective film and the repair is completed.